Okay, just to be mindful of time because 6 minutes for each institution is not a lot. I know that folks are going to be filtering into this as I'm speaking. So everything I'm saying, I will put into the chat in a few minutes just for folks that might miss what I'm saying. So those of you that are filtering in that can hear me, welcome. We're so happy to have you for this virtual college fair. Few things that are very important. Our panelists, our experts, they cannot see or hear you. So if you have a question that you would like to ask any or all of them, please use that Q&A button that's either at the top or bottom of your screen. That Q&A button is the only way that you're going to be able to ask a question during this 45-minute session that they can see and answer. Pay attention to the chat. Important information will be put there, specifically things like names, contacts, dates, anything that might be important that they think you should know. So keep an eye on that chat. You can sign up for more sessions. There's a whole nother session of these tomorrow. So certainly do that if you can. Same place that you signed up for this one. And a recording of this and all of our sessions will be put on our StriveScan website with the / Carolinas. I'll put all of that into the chat as well. All right, and we are going to kick it off with Appalachian State University.
Sweet. Hello. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is David Stevenson, and I work for the greatest school in the UNC system. It's not because I say so, but because the evidence suggests our awesomeness. And I am so pumped to tell you about Appalachian State University. Appalachian State is located right in the beautiful Boone, North Carolina. We have so many activities to offer students like hiking, biking, kayaking, canoeing, rock climbing, skiing, and so many other options. We are actually 13th in the nation for outdoor adventures. Our average admitted weighted GPA is going to be a 3.94 to a 4.48. You do not have to have a 3.94 GPA to be admitted. However, when we look at the mid-range test scores, that's just around where everyone falls into our mid-range. But however, definitely students that are on the far left side of 3.94 are definitely considered for admissions. We are ranked amongst the best top and best value colleges according to the American Sports Magazine, and we have 18,555 undergraduate students. Well, there are so many programs to study here at App State. We were founded as a teacher's college, and we still hold true to those values. However, we are definitely excelling in some other areas like nursing, exercise science, sustainability, education, computer science, biology, and so much more. If you are thinking about applying to the greatest school in the UNC system, we will welcome you here. You can go ahead and apply by November the 1st for early action. Students who apply early action will receive a decision by January 25th. And if you want to apply a regular decision, that is totally fine as well. That application will open up on February the 1st. Our applications will begin. You can start applying to App State for the 2023 school year on August the 1st of this coming August. We have over 400 plus clubs here at App State, and we're pretty athletically awesome as well. We definitely offer students the ability to see Division I varsity sports, and there are so many cool sports, and we are pretty athletically awesome, as I stated. You can definitely go and cheer on the Mountaineers, and students who plan to attend sporting events get to do that at no additional cost to them. It is actually included in your tuition. So definitely there's a lot for you to get involved in that sense. We are excited to be number 4 in the nation for study abroad programs. So in a pre-COVID world, we definitely went to a lot of different countries and visited a lot of different places. And we are slowly gearing back up to that as the world starts to slowly open back up. So definitely, I hope that you will consider studying abroad, no matter where you plan on going to college, whether that is Appalachian State or any other schools in the world. I hope that you consider studying abroad to get to broaden your horizons. App State offers some selective programs like the Honors College, as well as the Watauga Residential College and the Appalachian Community of Education Scholars. The deadline to apply to these is November the 15th as well. You must first apply to App State as an undergraduate student, and then you can apply for these selective programs. App State also does offer some amazing scholarships. The Chancellor Scholarship, which is a full tuition scholarship, the Fleming Scholarship, which is the scholarship for diversity, the Brevard College of Health Sciences Scholarship, the Wright College of Education Scholarship, the Walker School of Business Scholarship, and the Alumni Memorial Scholarship. There are a lot of scholarship opportunities for you to apply, and those do range anywhere from $1,000 to full tuition. So definitely you should consider applying for those. And again, my name is David Stevenson, and I am so excited to talk to you today. I'll put my information in the chat if you have any questions or want to reach out to me. Have a great rest of your night.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have South College.
All right, good evening. My name is Chloe McCleary Small. I work here at South College. We are located in Asheville, North Carolina, which is in Western North Carolina, about 2 hours south of Boone, where David just kind of communicated with us from. We are a very, very small private school here in Western North Carolina, although we do have several locations across the Southeast. So we have places in Knoxville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Orlando, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia as well. So more of a non-traditional option, sort of like App State. You can go and live on campus. South College is a non-residential campus, so a little bit of a different format here at South College. And let's see here, I just want to make sure that my screen is actually sharing. There it is. And so South College, we offer mostly health science programs, looking at programs in the health profession. We're a very career-driven institution, and so offer things like a bachelor's degree in nursing. We also offer X-ray and ultrasound, physical therapy, occupational therapy. We offer programs all the way from the associate and baccalaureate level all the way up to a doctoral program, whether that be in pharmacy or physical therapy. South College here in Asheville, North Carolina is a very, very small school. We're only about 400 students here at our location, but that just kind of allows students to get that one-on-one small group learning and have that individual experience that you can get with having that about a 1-to-9 teacher to student ratio here at South College. We are an accredited institution. We've also got programmatic accreditation across all of our health science programs. Classes, we've got rolling admissions here at South College. So classes begin about 8 times a year because we actually operate on a quarter system, which is going to naturally speed schooling up for students looking to get into the workforce a little bit quicker. We've got lots of hands-on learning here at South College. So getting your hands-on experience in the labs here on campus, but also getting out into the community, into that workspace, so that you can get your clinical experience, internship experience, getting out and getting your hands on in the healthcare industry. Of course, you've got all your research and schoolwork that you're doing, but also learning to be able to do those things out in the community. Here at South College, we've got several different grants and partnerships and scholarships that you can apply for. The biggest one that we offer is for our incoming freshmen, which goes about $12,000 for the first year of tuition. And so just coming into school straight after high school is just something that we offer for all of our incoming freshmen here at South College. Definitely things to look into and apply for. And if you need any other guidance on financial aid or scholarships, grants, things like that, I'll be able to put my contact information into the chat for everyone to be able to access. Another option that we also offer here at South College is a new program over the past couple of years is dual enrollment, being able to take part in some college courses before you complete your high school curriculum, being able to take those either on campus here in Asheville, North Carolina, or one of our other campuses across the Southeast. You can also do that in an online format. COVID has kind of helped us figure out and navigate a few different things across the online format of doing courses. So if that is something that you're interested in, we can get you guys set up to do that. In order to do dual enrollment, something to look out for is you do have to have permission from your parents, your principal, and or your guidance counselor. And then you also have to have a qualifying GPA to do something of that nature. But getting more and more students doing that dual enrollment is just not only to matriculate students into South College, but also just give you an experience of taking courses before you get to college to figure out what you want to major in, and you don't have those courses in high school, but then also maybe even getting rid of some of those prerequisites so that you can shorten your time in school or save money on those things as you kind of go down the way. So South College, again, is a very small private college here on a quarter system. So things are going to be a little bit more sped up, but also very career-based, career-driven, with lots of hands-on and experiential learning here in the Western North Carolina area. I have a few programs that we have highlighted, like medical assisting, surgical technology, physical therapy, occupational therapy as well, sonography, which is ultrasound, X-ray as well, and then the big program that we offer is the bachelor's degree in nursing, which is a little bit fast-paced. You can complete it in about 3 to 3.5 years, depending on how many classes you take at a time, but definitely a little bit different of a format to be able to get through schooling and get into the workforce as quickly as possible. That's all I have this evening. And then I will put my contact information in the links to our website here in the chat.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Vance-Granville Community College.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
So my name is Dominica Crenshaw, and I am the Outreach and Student Support Coach at Vance-Granville Community College. We have 4 different locations. We are located in Warren County, Franklin County, Vance County, and Creedmoor, if you're in any of those 3 counties. So I wanted to start out with the application process because we have open enrollment. That means everyone gets accepted. So it's a pretty simple application process. You'll start by doing the application on CFNC, and then you'll go to do your North Carolina residency, which is how we determine if you'll receive in-state or out-of-state tuition. And then you just do your FAFSA like normal. Another step that we add in is you have to do new student orientation just to get acquainted with the websites that we use on campus, and then you have to meet with your advisor to register for classes. Vance-Granville offers 2 different paths that you can take. So you can do VGCC to a 4-year, or you can do VGCC to the workforce, whichever fits you better. If you want to do VGCC to a 4-year and transfer to a 4-year university with your 2-year degree, you can definitely do that with us with our Associates of Arts or Associates of Science degree. But if that's not what you want to do, you want to get a certificate or diploma and go straight into the work field, you can definitely do that as well. Degree options, our most popular is the Associates of Arts or Associates of Science. This is because transferring this degree, you'll max out your elective credits at a 4-year university. You can go on to applied science degrees, which is degree, certificate, or diploma, and these are stackable. So a certificate you complete in a semester, a diploma you complete in 1 year, and a degree, of course, you complete in 2 years. And then lastly, we have continuing education programs where you can do CDL, truck driving, nurse aid 1, nurse aid 2, or phlebotomy. One of those trades or skills that'll get you into the door of a workplace. Cost of attendance for about 12 credit hours in-state tuition is about $989 at Vance-Granville. That's $76 per credit hour. Books and supplies are going to run about $650. So your total average cost is going to be about $1,600, which is super good if you're going to college. A 4 year is way more than that. And so if you apply for FAFSA and you qualify for your Pell Grant, you'll receive about $3,000 a semester. So you do the math, you'll have money left over, which you'll get back in the form of a refund check. We do have 4-year partnerships with specific 4-year universities. We have a partnership with ECU, A&T, North Carolina Central, UNCW, and NC State. With North Carolina A&T, our ribbon program is one of the most popular ones, where you'll come to Vance-Granville and graduate with your 2-year associate's degree in nursing and go on to A&T and finish with your BSN. Last, I want to go over student resources on campus. We do have an on-campus career coach who can help you create your resume as well as your cover letter and help you find jobs in the area and within a certain radius of what your degree is. You also are able to access free tutoring in person or online using a free app we use called Upswing. And last year, we introduced a food pantry to any students who are suffering from food insecurities. You can use that as well. And then we also have student assistance program for students and their families to access free counseling services if you're ever going through any mental health crises. I'll add my contact information into the message box, but this right here is just a general outline of contact information.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Carolinas College of Health Sciences.
What's up, everyone? I'm sorry, I'm on the struggle bus today. I hope everyone is well. Can everyone see my screen? I hope so. I hope so. So my name is Jamison Donnell. I'm the Director of Admissions and Recruitment at Carolinas College of Health Sciences at Atrium Health down in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am joined by my colleague, Mr. Adrian Moore, our Coordinator of Recruitment and Admissions at Carolinas College. We're excited to have you today. Hope everyone is doing well, your families during this crazy, crazy time. So our mission, vision, and values is pretty simple. I like to highlight 3 simple words. We like to educate you as a student, engage you as a person, and empower you as a professional. That's very important, and that's so true when it comes to Carolinas College. So essentially, we're a workforce engine or workforce development engine for Atrium Health, which is one of the biggest hospitals on the East Coast, one of the biggest conglomerates in the nation. All right, so what that basically means is we're preparing you for the field of nursing, radiologic technology, neurodiagnostic technology, and so many other health sciences and allied sciences. Our classification is public, but we operate as a private institution. So that basically means our tuition, fees, everything is standard. You don't pay any additional as far as outside of state. Everything is pretty much level. Our location is 2110 Water Ridge Parkway down in Charlotte. And then our enrollment is 658. So right there at 700, very small, super small class sizes. And again, we're a workforce development engine. So we like to get you where you need to be quick with a small cohort. So we have 80 teammates. So that means practicing clinicians. We have about an 85% clinician work rate here, basically. So we have 85% of our faculty is clinicians, are working clinicians. So that assists you in so many ways. So basically, once you graduate, there's not going to be too many scenarios that you're unfamiliar with. So healthcare is very dynamic and just cutting edge. It's always changing. There's always different certifications that you have to complete. And a lot of that happens right before you graduate or before you graduate. So these clinicians are in the classroom teaching you, and they're giving you updates on, hey, you're going to need this certification once you graduate. So that's super beneficial when you talk about your future as a as a clinician. So by the numbers, we have a 6-to-1 faculty to student ratio. 54% of our students receive aid. So we give out about $103,000 average scholarships. So that's really good. Loan forgiveness is definitely a possibility through Atrium Health. And that is either $5,000 or $10,000. And we're actually upping that effective fall 2022 to $30,000 for select programs. So we're super excited about that, especially when you talk about an average tuition ranging about $20,000 to $30,000, again, depending on what program. So that's awesome. That's pretty much full coverage for a lot of individuals. And even though it has loan in the title there, it's forgivable. So it's all-time work. You don't have to worry about paying out of pocket or anything like that. Once you get a job with Atrium Health, which you have about an 85% chance just to get a job with Atrium Health after graduation, you get a job with Atrium, and then again, it's all-time work. You don't have to pay anything back out of pocket with that. Again, our unduplicated head count is close to 700, very small class sizes. 95% job placement rate. I mentioned 85 before, that's just Atrium Health. 95% job placement rate, just pretty much any hospital, any clinic that you try to work at as a clinician, 95% chance. Awesome statistic there. 88% of our student body is female, 12% male, and we have 37% minority rate. Phenomenal. 98% of our students pass the licensure or pass the licensure test, the test after the test. First time, 98%. That's an awesome statistic, especially when you talk about, again, wanting to become a nurse or a radiologic technologist. So you have a 98% chance once you are admitted into Carolinas College to actually pass that certification test on the first try. Phenomenal statistic. Our top programs are our associate's degree in nursing and our BSN program. And then also our radiologic technology program. So baccalaureate degree in nursing, and we also have an associate's degree in nursing. We're a very unique institution when compared to others. We're a 4-year, we have 4-year programs. We have a bachelor completion degree in our nursing program, and we also have a and certificate programs. So a myriad of programs here. Our core competencies, as I mentioned before, we're a talent pipeline for Atrium Health. Our college developed programs to meet system needs. So all of our programs that we implement, they pretty much come down from the hospital board, right? A majority of our students step into jobs right after graduation. Others go into our bachelor completion degrees, right? Like our medical imaging program, which pretty much comes after radiologic technology, that associate's degree. High certification pass rates, you saw the 95% school-wide, and when compared against averages, national, and then is just evolving with healthcare. We have a lot of things to offer. We have a med school coming to Charlotte. We have with Wake Forest Baptist. So we have pathways to choose from, multiple entry points, a lot of things going on here at Carolinas College. Our deadlines for our programs vary with the programs. There's a lot of different ones. So make sure you visit our website. We'll drop it in the chat, www.carolinascollege.edu. It's a great way to gain information, very, very comprehensive. Here's just our academic programs, most of which will relate to you as a high school student, associate's degree programs, and then later our baccalaureate degree programs. We look forward to seeing you. Come visit.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have University of Stirling.
Perfect. Hi guys, I hope everybody can hear me. Thanks for giving up a bit of your time to come hang out tonight. So my name is Jason Vai. I'm the International Recruitment Manager for the University of Stirling, based in Stirling, Scotland. If you can't tell, this accent is all Baltimore, so I hate to disappoint everybody, but I'm a student from the US. The US system wasn't the best fit for me, so I ended up studying abroad and then transferring. So I can give you a little bit of information if you might find yourself in the same boat. A couple of housekeeping notes. It is 11:30 p.m., so bear with me. We're going to get through this together. If I don't explain anything very well, or if you hear something that catches your fancy, there is a QR code at the bottom of every screen. Simply give it a scan, pop your details in, and then I'll be in touch after the fair. I won't spam you, I promise. I don't have time. So we are going to get on British Airways Flight 1595 from Charlotte over to London, and oh my goodness, we are already here. So a couple of quick facts about Stirling before we get into the Scottish education system. Stirling is ranked top 30 in the UK, so you have a fabulous academic reputation to support your career search, either if you want to stay in the UK, pursue jobs in Europe, or if you want to come back to the US. We are top 20 in the UK for student satisfaction, as well as the UK's Sports University of the Year in 2020, with a remarkable number of student athletes headed to the Olympics who also medaled. As far as the university size, medium-sized university, 14,000 plus students, most of which are undergrad. So you're in good company, but there are over 120 nationalities on campus. So you can certainly expect not only a diverse opinion from the US, but a diverse opinion from the rest of the world. If no one has been lucky enough to come to Scotland, you might have been able, or you might have heard of Edinburgh, which is the capital, or Glasgow, which is the largest city. Stirling is smack dab in the foothill of the Scottish Highland Mountains, right in between the middle of them. So it's about a 35-minute train to get to either Glasgow or Edinburgh. We are an hour flight from London. The continent of Europe is only a hop, skip, and a jump away, and flights are just as cheap as what you would expect from Spirit Airways in the US. So jutting around, jet setting on the weekend is something that students absolutely love to do, and they're not bragging when they say that traveling is one of their favorite things to do. A bird's eye view of campus. We are Scotland's newest university, built in 1967. So campus does have a very US style feel. So there is a lock, which is the central feature, Air 3 lock, and around the lock are all the buildings on campus. So at the bottom, what I want to point out is the Pathfoot building. If you are a fan of Outlander, you've seen campus without actually knowing it. They filmed season when they're supposed to be at Harvard. They're not at Harvard, they're at Stirling. When I think the most prominent feature is, I think in season 3, when Brianna, the daughter, is walking around different universities and she sees students protesting and having a conversation about Scottish independence. That was filmed in the Pathfoot building. And Sam Hewen, who plays Jamie, is an honorary graduate. So you'll see him walking around occasionally on campus. As far as degree offerings, we have a full range of degree offerings, very similar to what you would expect from a US university. The US university system is loosely based on the Scottish. So in Scotland, you can expect a 4-year undergrad degree. There is flexibility, so you can change your mind after your first year if the degree that you apply to in your first year didn't end up being right for you. But the main difference between the Scottish and the US education system is that in Scotland, there are no general education requirements. So if you are a science and math student, you will never have to take an English class ever again. If you are a film, history, English student, you will never have to take a math class ever again. You can certainly explore those options if you want to. However, Scotland will give you the opportunity to go right into your degree, and that way you don't have to worry about all of the other general education requirements that you might not be so successful at as studying within your major. For undergraduate entry requirements, we are test optional. So what we're looking for is a 3.0 unweighted high school GPA. We will take a look at your transcripts to make sure that you've done well in courses that are relevant to the degree that you apply for. And instead of applying to a university like you would in the US, you are going to specifically apply to a degree. Keep in mind that you can change your mind after your first year, so take it with a grain of salt. However, you will apply directly to a degree, which means our entry requirements are strictly based on academics. It's not holistic review. So we can set very transparent academic requirements. So a 3.0 unweighted GPA if you want to apply test optional. If you have had the opportunity to take any AP exams or SAT tests, you can certainly submit those test scores. And what we're looking for students who do not apply test optional is either an ACT with a 26, a 1200 SAT, neither of which are super scored, or at least 2 APs with a 3 or above. In addition to those testing scores, we'll look for an academic reference and a personal statement. The undergrad application process, if you are looking at US universities, you may see a peppering of UK universities on the Common App. You can certainly apply to Stirling through the Common App, so quite easy if you're familiar with the process for US universities. The UK version of the Common App is called UCAS. You can use UCAS to apply to Stirling or the Common App. We ask that you just do not use both at the same time. If you've only got one UK university option, Common App is great for you. If you're considering multiple UK university options, I would strongly suggest you use UCAS. We do offer scholarships for students. So if you have above that 3.0 minimum entry mark, you are eligible for the International Undergraduate International Student Excellence Scholarship, which is a £2,000 discount per year, renewable for all 4 years while you're studying in Scotland. If you are a competitive athlete, we do competitively recruit for 6 sports currently at the moment, which are triathlon, soccer for both men's and women's, tennis, golf, and track. So if you're a competitive athlete, we are at the NCAA Division I level, and we do play very competitively, and we also compete against US universities as well. We are registered with FAFSA, so if anybody is planning on taking US federal loans to help cover the cost of studying, you can absolutely use those funds to come overseas. So those will always be an option. If you take out private student loans to help cover the cost, we'll accept those as well. As far as cost is concerned, usually if you're looking at studying out of state, we can help give out of state tuition costs a run for their money. Sometimes in-state, especially in the Carolinas, can be very affordable. So especially if you're looking at out of state, I would strongly encourage you to consider Scotland. For classroom-based courses, so arts and humanities, courses without a lab, you're looking at just over $21,500 US for tuition. If you're looking at a lab-based course, your hard sciences, biology, chemistry, to account for those lab fees, you're looking at just over $25,000 US for tuition for the year. So pretty competitively priced, especially for the academic reputation that you're getting. Living expenses we don't set those costs for you. So there's no meal plan that you have to buy. You don't have to live on campus if you don't want to. So it's up to you and your lifestyle choices. So if you want to go to Whole Foods, you'll certainly spend your money really quickly. If you're fine going to the supermarket, like the normal supermarket, like everybody else, Stirling is actually the most affordable city in the UK to live. So roughly, depending on what your lifestyle choices are, between $10,000 and $13,000 US, and that's an inclusive budget for room, board, buying your books if you want, but Scottish students don't buy their books. Just a little bit of a cultural difference that saves you a couple of bucks. Transportation within the city, as well as a shopping budget, grabbing a coffee on your way to class, a traveling budget. So it's really comprehensive. So you can still expect under $40,000 US to study in Scotland and potentially have access to a more competitively ranked university than you might have if you stay at home. That was certainly the case for me. Accommodation, all students are given their own dorm. So you're going to be given an apartment or what they call a flat. All students are given their own room. So if you want to have your own bathroom, that is a little bit more pricey, but you'll share your flat 4 to 6 other students. Like I said, everybody's got their own room. You'll either have your own bathroom or you'll share a bathroom with your flatmates. And then the kitchen is the shared living space. So there will be a stove, an oven, you have a cupboard, you have a fridge, a place to put your pots and pans. Everybody's got their own little allocation. But then the kitchen is going to be the shared space. So all students will cook for themselves in Scotland. So if you don't know how to cook, you learn real quick. But then you get to know all of your flatmates through their food, which I think is really fun. And they'll do a great job of splitting you up either. So you won't be in a US bubble while you're in Scotland for sure. I'll leave you with some contact details. If you think that maybe you want some more information about coming over to Scotland or the UK, please let me know and get in touch. I hope to hear from you soon. See ya.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Brevard College.
Hi, I'm Autumn. I am not Steve. I know it said Steve, but Steve is at another college fair, so I'm filling in for the day. Let's see. I've never done one of these before. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. So this is Brevard. I actually just graduated Brevard in December, so I am a recent graduate as well. So let's just talk about good old Brevard. So I always like to talk about three things that make Brevard College unique. So one of those would be our size. We are about 780 students. So that means we have a 15-to-1 student faculty ratio. So that means your classes are going to be really small. So there's no hiding in the back of the class. The next would be our location. I put our address in there as well, but we are very close to Asheville, North Carolina and Greenville, South Carolina. And we are like a 5-minute walk to downtown Brevard. And we also have DuPont State Park, Pisgah National Forest, and Blue Ridge Parkway at our fingertips. And then the third thing that we really like about being Brevard is our experiential education. So we actually take what we're learning in class and actually go out and apply it and actually get to do it. So with me being a recent graduate, I took criminal justice and they taught us how to do patrol stops. And we actually went to the sheriff's office downtown and actually did those with the sheriff's deputies. So we weren't sitting in the class all day, every day. We actually went out and did what we were learning. So I just put up here all of our majors that we currently offer. We are also trying to add a few more in the next coming year. So this will change eventually. But this is all that we offer right now. And then this is all of our minors that we have. We have unique minors and then also additional minors as well. So for scholarships, we have a few scholarships. We have the half tuition scholarship, and I listed all of the states that are eligible to get half tuition. So if you are from one of those states, you will get the half tuition scholarship once you are accepted. And then if you are not from one of those states, we also have 3 merit scholarships that you are eligible for. We have the alumni, the trustee, and then the opportunity scholarship for all of the other states that do not fit under the half tuition criteria. We also have IWIL, is also known as the Institute for Women in Leadership. This is a group of about 30 women, and they just teach you how to be leaders, and you go out in the community and volunteer, and you also work with the local middle school and the Boys and Girls Club in downtown Brevard. We also have an honors program, and with you being in the honors program, you do get a scholarship as well. There is requirements for the honors program, so it's like a little bit higher GPA, a little bit higher for a test score for your ACT or SAT. Oh, sorry, there's a typo. We also have a drumline scholarship. This one is a new one. We just 2 years ago recently got a drumline. So if you play the drums or if you are interested in being a part of our drumline, you can audition and be a part of our drumline that plays at all of our sporting events. And we also have a fine arts scholarship. Brevard is really known for their theater and music and arts. So if you have a portfolio or if you sing, you play an instrument, if you act, you can audition and you will be eligible for a fine arts scholarship as well. And then I just put the main Brevard College admissions line and email, and then I put my direct line and my personal email on there as well. And then I also put the link to the application. And then I will also put that into the chat as well.
All right, thank you. Okay, so if I could have everyone come back on camera, we're just going to do a really quick round robin, the same order that you presented in, if possible. And I think that means that we are going to be starting with South College. If you could tell us what is one piece of advice that you would give folks going through the college search process. So what is one piece of advice? And then you're just going to kind of piggyback off each other.
I would say 2 things. Ask lots of questions because you're not going to get any answers to anything if you're afraid to ask questions. And then 2, as you're going through your process, if you've eliminated schools that you know you're not going to go to, let them know. That's definitely something I think that would go a long way in a lot of places. But if you're not interested, just let them know. And then now that you've kind of narrowed it down, I'm sure that anyone is going to send you encouraging words as you go through. So ask questions and then just communicate with the schools that you're looking to attend or not attend, and communication is going to get you all the way into classes.
I would say to look into programs that you think you may not be interested in. We always look at what we think we want to do, but once you start taking those classes, you may realize that's not really what you want to do. So definitely look into classes that you don't think you would be interested in.
Yeah, I would echo what Chloe said. Definitely ask all the questions. Grill people like us, college representatives. Make sure you prepare yourself before going in. Prepare your questions, especially those burning ones. And then also tour campus if you can. I know it's a crazy time right now, but for campuses and colleges that are offering, definitely go visit. If not, they virtual tours. Any way for you to get the feel of the campus. And also if they offer talking to current students, that's also a very biggie. So yeah, that's what I would end with.
Brilliant. Yeah, David from App State mentioned something when he was presenting about exploring your international options to go somewhere, anywhere, far, far away. I think as some people on the call will know, life has a way of happening probably faster than anybody really wants to admit, and traveling as a student is some of the most affordable and best kind of way to travel while still accomplishing a goal. So while you're looking at all of the things like accommodation and what professors you want to learn from and what degree you're wanting to pursue, please keep in mind different study abroad options that your universities based in the US have for you while you're there. Go somewhere, anywhere, if you can. That just go somewhere, and keep those like study abroad partnerships in mind when you're looking, for sure.
I would say one thing that I recommend to high school students that are applying to college would be to create a email that is just for college applications, so to check it all the time, and also clear out your voicemails, because if we try to call you and your voicemail's full, we can't leave you a message for you to call us back. That would be my piece of advice.
Yeah, I think those are all really great things. I try to add a little something in that you guys don't cover, but you really covered a lot of the good stuff. I always just like to say the biggest thing that I've learned about doing this job in particular and talking to so many folks like you, you're experts. What you do is you try to find the right fit for the right person. So reach out to these folks. So if you're watching this, the biggest thing I would say is get their contact information, write it down, contact them, visit the campus if possible, ask the questions. This is an adventure, hopefully that you can enjoy. And again, don't be afraid to ask the questions to these folks, because this is what they do. They want to find the right fit for you. So thank you so much to our panelists for being here, sharing your knowledge and information with us folks, whether it's live or if you're watching this recording. If you're here with us live, you'll be asked a 5-question survey. Please fill that out. Sign up for more sessions. We have another set of these tomorrow. And a recording of this one and all of our sessions will be at the strivescan.com website. And I also put that information into the chat as well. With that said, best of luck to everyone out there. And thank you again to our experts, to our panelists. And I hope you have a fantastic evening. Good night.